Vasudevaya, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Namaskrityanam Shiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam
Tato Jayamudirayet
Nashtaprayesvabhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Tamashoke Bhakti Bhavati Naistiki Krishna Swadamo Bhagate Dharmaganani Visaha Kalanasya Drishamesha Purana Kodnodita Sarvadhyanta Sarami Shri Bhagavatam Siddhate Tatrasamrita Narashasya
Pratikvachit Krishna
Surya Bhagavata
Vibhu Sarvashraya Pratishloke Pratyakshaya Anarthakaya Premaya Bhagavata Krishnena Shriyanga Pratikahena Yata Gopya Krishna Ranga.
Prasarad Srimad Bhagavatam Ki Jai.
Jai.
This is Saturday Bhagavatam class, December 28th,
Yes, Guru.
2024. A reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, second canto, chapter 4. And we left off the verse of the Mangal-charan, because now Shukadeva Goswami is starting to speak, deliver the message of Bhagavatam to Pariksha Maharaj. First canto was a discussion of Shaunak Rishi asking questions to Sutta Goswami. Second canto, Shukadeva Goswami enters the scene, and he's going to recount a conversation in this chapter 4 and 5. Sri Narada Muni and Lord Brahma, his father and guru. So the last verse we read was chapter 4, verse 23. Very interesting verse. It says, Alankar Shishta Bhagavan Vachamsi. Verse 23, chapter 4, which Shukadeva Goswami is praying to Bhagavan Sri Krishna to make his words very attractive and very ornamental. And moreover, Vishnu points out that he wants Krishna to enter his words. He doesn't just want them to be language or words, which is called shabda. In Sanskrit, shabda means sound. Who's that? Oh, yeah.
Yes, I think.
Like him. So he's praying that, okay, I'm going to speak now, but I don't want my speech just to be Shabda. I want it to be Shabda Brahman. So sound becomes Shabda Brahman when God is in the sound. When you vibrate sound of God's name or God's fame or Leelas, that's called Shabda Brahman. So he's praying in this verse that Krishna enters his words. So this is a good message for anyone who's a pracharak or speaking the glories of Krishna or even chanting Krishna's name, because we want Krishna to appear in his name also. So before we get chanting or speaking about Krishna, we should pray that Krishna enters into our words, into our mantras. He says, that's what Vishnu makes a point. Now the first verse of the new class is verse 24, where he continues with his Mangalacharan. So he in the 23, he prayed for Bhagavan to enter his words, and now he offers his respect to the avatar, to the Shakti-Vesh avatar, who is the source of the Vedas, Vyasadeva, in verse 24. Read the Sanskrit.
Namastasmai Bhagavate Vasudevaya Vedase Prabhujnanam Ayam Somya Yanmukam Guru Hasavam.
So he's offering obeisance to the avatar of Bhagavan named Vyasadeva, who has written all the scriptures. And his lotus mouth Amburu means lotus. Asava means, Asava says, last verse says, Mukamburu Asavam. Amburu means lotus, Mukha means mouth, Asava means wine, like Drakshashava means grape wine. It's a kind of Ayurvedic medicine, but it's 10-15% alcohol. Or Kumari Asavam. Kumari Asavam is wine for women. A woman's Ayurvedic wine. And then there's Italian Asavam. There's nothing, everything's wine over there. Wine and bread and cheese. That's Italy. In 3 words. Cheese and 1,000 different ways to make cheese, and pasta. Cheese, pasta, wine, and women. That's Italy. But this is Vyasadeva. He used to compile all the Vedas. So his mouth is Asavam. Says Mukamburu Asavam. So Shuka is saying that I want to hear the topics that come from Vyasadeva's mouth are intoxicating like wine. Because they're like wine for the soul, because they're about Krishna. He said, Bhagavate, Bhagavan Vasudeva, Namastasmai, I offer my respects to Bhagavan Vasudeva. Generally in the Srimad Bhagavatam, what is the most common name for Bhagavan?
Vasudeva.
Vasudeva. Vasudeva, Tapa, Mukha, and all the whole verse, 2 verses in succession, all about Vasudeva.
Vasudeva Paraveda, Vasudeva Paramakha.
Yeah, he's Yagya and he's a Veda and everything. Everything's Vasudeva. What does the Bhagavad Gita say in 7:19?
Vasudeva Sarvamiti Samahatma Sudurlabha Bahunam Janmana.
Yeah. Vasudeva is Sarvamati. Vasudeva is everything. So it's surprising because, we say that the Bhagavatam is the glories of Krishna and Krishna's devotees. Actually, the Bhagavatam is the glories of Narayan and Vishnu and Vasudeva and their devotees. And Krishna is just one of the avatars, according to Bhagavatam. But finally, after a long, sidetracking in 9 cantos about other avatars, Shuka finally gets to the point of Krishna. And he goes on for 90 chapters in the 10th canto, all about Krishna. And he mentions in 3rd canto, maybe, 1st canto, about Krishna's 2, what?
Bhagavan Swayam.
Krishna's 2 Bhagavan Swayam. The Krishna is the Swayam Bhagavan. So
First canto.
Yeah, 1st canto, chapter 3, verse 28.
Yes.
Competition. 1, 3, 28. So there, he's mentioned in 1 through 27, he talks about all other forms of Vishnu, other avatars. And he said, of all these guys, the supreme one is Krishna. And then he forgets about Krishna for 10 cantos. For 9 cantos, he doesn't think anything about Krishna and Nrsimhadev and Varaha and Kurma and Vamana and everybody else and Ramachandra. And finally, after 9 cantos, oh yeah, remember that guy Krishna?
Who was Swayam Bhagavan?
You were Swayam. You may wonder what he's about. Okay, now I'm gonna let you have it. Boom. 90 chapters about this guy, Krishna. 90 chapters, that's a lot. And then in the 12th canto says Sankhya. Sankhya is teaching of Gita given to Uddhava. It's called Uddhava Gita. And now Yogendra's teachings. It's basically Sankhya Yoga. And also Bhakti is there also. But the real essence of Bhagavatam is 10th canto. It's called the Pancha Pran. The Pran, the whole Pran, the life of the Bhagavat and the life of Bhagavatam is Krishna, And the life of Krishna is what? Panchaprana.
Rasa Panchadhyaya, 29 to 33.
Canto chapter 29 through 33 is called the Panchaprana. Pancha means prana, apana, udana, and all of them.
Dhyana, Samana.
Samana, Vyana, Samana, thank you. So this is the glories. The BBT has a little different translation. I think we read this last week, but read it again. This verse, I like this one better. 24, what is that, 24? 24, that's 24. This is Prabhupada's translation of verse 24. However, my respectful obeisances under Vyasadeva, the avatar of Vasudeva, who compiled the Vedic scriptures. The pure devotees drink of the nectarine transcendental knowledge dropping from the lotus-like mouth of the Lord. It says nectar-like transcendental knowledge. In other words, they drink the wine from the mouth of Krishna in the form of Vyasadeva's teaching. Because Mukha Amburu means lotus, Asa means wine. Go down to your local Ayurvedic store and buy a bottle. There's one, this kind of, oh, never mind, I'm just talking about, so, yeah, this kind of keep going. So the Prabhupada's commentary here. This is a very interesting commentary, which we find here also. Vishnu's commentary on the next page. But I like the way it's described here. This is the confidential meaning of this verse. So, you know, we see according what is the power, how do we see the world? With our eyes or what? What is the real seeing power?
With the Bab.
Mind.
Atma.
Oh, dear Christ. We see because we're alive, we're Atma. Through our mind and through our Bab. Mind is Gyanis and Bab is Bhaktis. The Gyanis see the world through the eyes of Shastra. And the devotee sees the world through the eyes of love, Bab. So Krishna can be seen with the eyes of love, according to the greatest Jnani, who is whom?
Brahma.
Brahma is the greatest Jnani. And what did he say? He said, I can't see Krishna. I thought he was a little kid, eating out of his left hand like a Slav. Like an ill-mannered village kid, eating from his left hand yogurt and rice, pickles between his fingers. I thought he was some dirty kid from North India. So that's his mind speaking. But finally he got enlightened, and then he started seeing a Bob. They pray to become a piece of grass, a rock, anything or not. So what did he say about how to see Krishna? George say.
Bhakti vilochanena santa sadaiva hridayeshu vilokayanti
Yam Shama Sundaram Chintya Gunasarupam Govindam Adi Purusham. So Brahma said you can see Krishna with Bhav. So devotee sees Krishna with Bhav, Bhakti, Bhav, and Prem. You see a little Krishna with Bhakti, a little more Krishna with Bhav, and you see everything with Prem. So, Shukadeva Goswami, Vishnu Chakravarti is a Prema Bhakta. So he's seeing this verse, which is simply a Mangalacharan, which is kind of Aishwarya Vichar. Mangalacharan, offering respects, official formality, it's etiquette, it's the rule of Shastra to offer Mangalacharan. So it's very proper, very formal of offering respect to God and the incarnation of Shaktivation, power, Jiva, Vyasadeva, who wrote all the Vedas. That's the external, patent, factual meaning of the verse. Enter Vishnu Chakravarti. Enter Vinod Valari Mandri. And then you get the Rasik Madhurya Bhav Vichar, the consideration of Madhurya Bhav. So now we have kisses and govis and all kinds of all kinds of stuff going on. Like her Gita interpretation. Her verses couldn't believe it. Anyway, let's see what we have. You can read the Vishnu's there. I'll read Prabhupada's rendition of Vishnu. He says, Krishna says that the nectar from the mouth of Krishna is transferred to his gopis. What do you mean? Sounds like you're kissing, or tongues kissing or something, I don't know, some dangerous activity. The nectar from Krishna's mouth is transferred to the gopis. And they learn from this nectar, they learn the fine arts of music, dance, dressing, decoration, and all such things which are relished by Krishna. That's a pretty good way to learn. You want to learn music, kiss Krishna. You want to learn dance, kiss Krishna. You want to learn dressing, kiss Krishna. You must be kissing Krishna. You want to learn decoration, kiss Krishna. For any art, just kiss Krishna. So you want to paint, then such music, dance, and decorations enjoyed by Krishna are certainly not anything material, because Krishna is addressed in the very beginning as Para. Not in this verse, but other verse. Okay, there you have it. One should therefore try to understand the Vedas, or the nectar, transferred by Krishna to his consorts in amorous love, from the lotus-like mouth of Vyasadeva or Sukadeva. That's really a cool way to describe it. By the gradual development of transcendental knowledge, one can rise to a stage of the transcendental arts of music and dance displayed by Krishna's Rasa. So what he's saying, by studying the Bhagavatam, you can become qualified to enter the Rasa. To put it simply. Because that's the whole goal of Bhagavatam, to attain the Raja Prema of the gopis, which enables one to enter the Rasa. That's the sum and substance purpose of Bhagavatam, is to attain Madhurati and Gopi Bhav and the love of Radharani and Krishna, so you become qualified with the Adhikar and the Siddhadeha to enter the Rasa dance and serve Radha and Krishna. That's a very rasic addition by Vishnu. Prabhupada ran with it also. He doesn't always include Vishnu's commentaries, but this one he included. And he elaborated that very nicely. But without having this Vedic knowledge, one cannot understand the transcendental nature of Krishna's rasa dance and music. Pure devotees of Krishna can relish, can equally relish the nectar in the form of profound physical discourses and in the form of kissing by Krishna in the rasa dance, as there is no mundane distinction between the two. Now, catch that. You should give renewed inspiration to read your Bhagavatam class every week. So when I meet you next Saturday, did Krishna kiss you this week? And it says that studying the transcendental literature of Bhagavatam is equal to kissing Krishna in the rasa dance. That's what Prabhupada said. This reminds you of Indra Das, because it's quotes like this that formulated the Bhav and philosophical foundation of Indra Das. They always point out, wherever Prabhupada said you can kiss Krishna, you can dance with Krishna, Indra would point out to me, see, Prabhupada saying you can kiss Krishna. Because Indra had the Bhav Gopi Bhav mixed with Sakhi Bhav. I told sometimes I would argue with them. I said, you should go to Nimbark Sampradaya. Nimbark Sampradaya is 100% Sakhi Bhav, 100% comes to the 100% in the flower bed of Krishna. So we Radharani, Krishna, and Aindrani, or whatever your second name is. And he said, yeah, that's good. I like that idea. But I'm going to go to what to do. So he has Sakhi / Mandri Bhav. That's his philosophy. It's an interesting addition to the mix. But anyway, he was convinced about that reality, and he got his perfection to suit his bhav and love of Krishna. Yam Yam Babi's from wherever you absorb yourself in, you're going to get that. So, from 6 a.m. till 6 p.m., he's in Manji Bhav. From 6 p.m. till 6 a.m., he is Sakhi Bhav. He's Raja. We used to have so many discussions about it. He gets so hot. He said, like Prabhupada said, you kiss that. Okay, let's see that. Let's see what else we have here. Okay, that ends chapter 4. So everyone, of course, read chapter 5 and 6 and 7 and had this experience. So chapter 5, this is a conversation, Brahma enlightening his son and disciple Narada Muni about creation. But creation in the Vedic concept is different than creation from the Christian concept. Christian concept is that creation came out of nothing. Creation means there was nothing and something appeared. Basically, creation means you make something that doesn't exist. But in Vedic Shastra, Upanishads, they don't talk about creation, they talk about manifestation. Because material energy is eternal and the spiritual energy is eternal. And the material energy is unlimited and the spiritual energy is unlimited. It's manifest, unmanifest. The big difference between manifest and unmanifest. Like I created a house. That means you took some materials and made something that looked like a house to live in. But in our concept, the things are existing and they manifest, we see them, we don't see them, like a magician. And often that analogy is used. Magician, you see a rabbit, then he makes it disappear. The rabbit still appears, but it's behind his back. But he moves so fast you didn't see it, he went like this. He went under his hat or something, So it's the real word is vyakta avyakta, manifest unmanifest. Shristi, the word Shristi is translated as creation, but it really means manifest. You can look up in the Sanskrit dictionary to see Shristi, creation, manifest. It also says manifest. Yeah. All right. Our coach, our dictionary right here. Look at that. Shristi. As a sarga, primary creation sarga. So let's see what's interesting about in this chapter. Everything's very interesting, but you can read it in your spare time. Turn to 708, verse number 10. So Brahma is, because what happened was Narada Muni offered prayers to Brahma, thinking that Brahma was God. Because Narada Muni looked in the mirror one day, and he saw he had one head. He was combing his hair, He saw he had one head. He said, my father has 4 heads. He must be God. Because God must be much smarter, must be a big human being, but he must be smarter. So he thought he was God. So he's worshiping as God. What does Srishti mean?
Svista.
Srishti.
Srishti. Here it is saying creation. It's wrong.
Why, what do you mean?
Yes, creation, anything created. The creation of the world, natural property.
That's why some bogus guy.
Existence of properties or qualities.
Like they say the Guru is perfect. The Guru may be wrong, may be right, he's always right.
Right.
Or, but the Guru's eyes are imperfect, he's wearing glasses. No, the Guru's eyes are perfect, he's wearing glasses to sympathize with people who wear glasses. This is how the disciple adjusts everything. The Guru seems old. No, he's just exhibiting that to remind you you're going to get old and die someday. He's eternal. He's eternally youthful. Okay. I guess I'm supposed to believe you. I don't know, I do. So look at the commentary here. So Narmani thought his father was God. And then one day Vishnu came to Brahmaloka. Because usually Brahma's sitting on a big asana and Vishishtamani, all sages are in front of him. What happens in Chaturmasya? Who goes to sleep?
All the devas.
All the devas. All the sense enjoyer devas. Indra, Varuna. But Brahma and all the rishis and sages from Tapaloka, all the sages from Tapaloka go to Satyaloka for 4 months of Harikatha and Kirtan. They're not, because Rajagun goes into Tamagun. So most of the days in Rajagun, they're burned out from all that partying. They're partying so much, they get burned out, so they need to chill out for a while. So they go to sleep for 8 hours, which is 4 months of our time. But all the rishis because rishis aren't being invited by the devatas for any functions, so it's like a holiday for rishis. So all the devatas, Indra and Varuna and Vayu and Agni, they're all like, oh, crashing out for all that partying all the time. So 4 hours, usually they're partying 24/7. But for 8 hours, for Chaturmasya, they all sleep. All the rishis go to Brahmaloka and hear Harikatha from Brahma sitting on a big, huge asana. He doesn't need any speakers, but he has quadraphonic sound. You were sitting on the side, you behind it, they can hear him. So Vishnu came one time, and Brahma got off his yasasana and started worshiping Vishnu with full arching paraphernalia and bathing his feet and everything. And Narmani said, oh, I thought my father was God. He said, who is this guy you're worshiping? He's actually left. Who is that guy? He's my Ishtadevata. Ishtadevata. You're my Ishtadevata. Who is that? That's my Ishtadevata. That's everybody's Ishtadevata. That's Vishnu. That's the supreme Param Devata. Jagat, Deva Jagapati. That's the Deva of the whole universe. He's my boss. Oh. So that's what Brahma is saying in this verse number 10. Oh son, Vyasadeva, what you say about me is not untrue, because people not knowing the difference between me and Bhagavan say I have that power. In other words, everybody says I'm God, I have the power of God, but it's not true. So, though you're omniscient, you speak as they speak, just to educate them. It should not be said that Narada speaks like this because he doesn't know the difference between Bhagavan and Brahma. It would be improper for Brahma to think Narada was ignorant. But he was. Don't think that way. I don't think you're ignorant, but you are. You think I'm stupid? No, I don't think you're stupid. I just don't think you. I think you don't know where he was. Do you think I'm stupid? No. What do you think? I think you're not very learned. Another way of saying you're stupid. Oh, you look very healthy. Healthy means moti. Now look at page 712, verse number 17. Brahma goes on the street. I am created by Bhagavan Vishnu. Inspired by Vishnu's glance, I create what is already created by the Lord, by Bhagavan, who is a witness and soul, Paramava Antaryami in all beings. In other words, I'm manifesting what's already been manifested. Because this chapter is about manifestation, or what's commonly called creation. How does Brahma create? So then Narada Muni asked the question, hey, Big Daddy, then what do you do? I create what has already been created. Well, that's a good deal. Not too difficult. That's what the coward boy said about Krishna. He said, you got all the credit for being Giri Dari, the holder of Gilran Hill. But we know that Nanda Maharaj did elaborate puja and fed Chaban Bhog Giraj. Actually rose in the sky by bliss. Like when you're happy, you skip down the street, you know. Like a little girl skips down the street, you know. Skips along, you know, it's called skipping. Like running and jumping at the same time. So Giraj rose in the sky on his own, and you ran under there, put your hand up and said, look, Mom, how does it go over the hill? There is a cow. What a joker. So the cowboys were laughing. So we also have our sticks up there also. You have your pinky, we have our sticks. So they didn't fall for it. They said, only a stupid person will think you listen to go around now. We fed him good boga and he got so ecstatic. Or maybe he got a lot of gas in his stomach. It's you and the Zara. Yeah, sorry, Jesus. So Narada Muni said, then what did he do? And Brahma said, I created what Krishna already created. Then Narada says, do you do this by your own decision? No, I do it by Krishna's glance, by his direction, Iksha. It cannot be otherwise since Krishna is the witness and controls everything I do. He is the soul of all beings. This indicates that the creator, the doer is Bhagavan and Brahma is simply a jiva. So that's basically the idea. Anything that we do in the name of Seva is inspired by and done by Krishna. We don't chant our rounds, Krishna chants our rounds. But it makes us think we're doing it. So from Brahma down to the ant building his little ant house underground with hundreds of tunnels and hundreds of little cave rooms for Pindarika's relatives. They all city underground. When you can get ant farms, you can buy in this pet shop, you buy ant farms. Yeah, they come in glass frames, and ants are running around inside the frame. Yeah, it's very wild. They have tunnels and shafts and rooms and retiring rooms and game rooms and theater rooms and dining rooms. Bring all insects in there and chop it out. This whole world going underground. And from the ant to Brahma creating all these planets and everything, it's all done by Krishna. That's the idea that's being conveyed. So let's turn to verse 24. He's talking about, he's naming different aspects of material energy combined together to make what we call the material world. The gunas and time factor, Svabhav, Mahatattva. It's all a lot of terms, and you can read it and try to understand it all. The nice summary is on page 717. In the verse is 25th chapter, 24th verse. This Hankara transforms into Sattva Hankara, Rajas Hankara, Tamas Hankara. Verse 24, chapter 5. Called Jnana Shakti, Kriya Shakti, Dravya Shakti. So Dravya is commentary. Dravya, the word Dravya means articles, objects. Dravya as a word. The power of Dravya. So the Dravya Shakti produces 5 gross elements. In other words, everything is created by Krishna's energy. That's the summary. So the energy is given different names, and the energies have different functions. You have a cooking energy, you have a writing energy, you have a painting energy, you have a styling energy, a decoration energy, you have a speaking energy. These are all energies, they're potencies, powers to do something, to create something. So same thing with Bhagavan. So a Dravya Shakti means capacity because the power to make objects. What are the objects he makes? Called the 5 Panchabhuta. What are they?
Water, fire,
Earth,
earth,
water, because they go in succession.
earth, water, air, fire, and
What creates what?
earth, water.
No, we know the elements, earth, water, fire, ether. But what element creates what element?
The ether creates the fire, the fire creates the air. No.
Because the subtle creates the gross. The same thing with us. How do you create a baby? By mixing elements of the woman and man? No, it starts with mind. You're a baby, hello, baby, boy, girl. So it's not a byproduct of ovum and semen, which are elements. It starts the gross creation of the body, face and flesh and all bones, and it starts with a thought. Desire, Isha Shakti. Well, the same thing with Bhagavan. It's called the microcosm and the macrocosm. Microcosm is a small part of creation. It's the same as the macrocosm. So as the large creation is activated or produced, same as small creation. We're producing one baby child, man, woman. So Krishna, woman represents Krishna Shakti, man represents Krishna Purusha. So Purusha and Shakti combine together to produce a child. So Dravya means the power to make objects. So first there's thought, mind, that hankar, and that's all in different modes of nature. And then that creates ether, which is sky. From sky comes air. From air comes fire. From fire, water is produced, right? When you pour hot water in a cup, when you heat up the water, and the fire heats the water, when it gets hot summer, it produces rain season. So the rain evaporates the water from the ocean, makes clouds, I mean, the sun evaporates water from the ocean and makes clouds, and rain comes down. So the source of rain is the sun, which is fire. So fire makes water, and water makes earth. That's how the creation goes. So then he says, Kriya Shakti. Kriya Shakti is a power to produce senses. Jnana Shakti, so the Kriya Shakti means the Indriya, the working sense, eyes, nose, hands, tongue, etc. And knowledge acquiring senses and working senses. Jnanindriya and Karmindriya. Jnanindriya means knowledge acquiring senses, eyes, ears, nose, taste, touch, and working senses are hands, stomach, excretory organs, reproductive organs. Those are karmindriya, working senses, digesting food, producing children, elimination, all that stuff. Movement, feet and hands, gathering, collecting. So Gyan Shakti, knowledge, produces the sense devatas. So all the 5 senses we have, knowledge acquiring sense, there's a devata. There is a devata in charge of the eyes. Surya Dev. Who is the devata in charge of ears? I don't know. Could be Vayu, I don't know. Air. Nose. Tongue is Varuna. Taste, water. Right? What is Krishna saying Gita about that?
I'm the taste of
Rasoham apsu kaunteya.
That's English, that's Sanskrit. You guys gotta get together. You need Sanskrit brain, or English brain. Rasoham apsu kaunteya, prabhasmi shasi surya. I am the taste of water. So now he says, the state of equilibrium is called pradhan. Equilibrium means everything's at peace. Nothing has been manifested yet. Then time and subsequent produces a Mahatattva. And then when Rajagun mixes in, produces so let's see. Pradhamasa Raja produces Sutra type of Mahatattva. And the Pradhamasa Tamagun produces Hankar. What does Hankar mean?
what's ego?
False identity. That which is not. Hankar means identity. Ahankar is without true identity, which is sometimes going false. Ahankar means wrong. Hankar, wrong identity. Probably you say false ego, but it's not so clear. So the effect of Hankar with Tamagun and Rajagun and Sattva produces 5 gross elements. In this covering on the Jiva, there's predominance of ignorance. So think of American, Western, Italian, Indian is gross ignorance. In Greek, the word gnosis means wisdom. Gnosis, Gnosis, means knowledge. And ignosis means without ignorance, without gnosis. You know your Greek? Latin? Was the base of Italian? Latin? I don't know. Base of Italian is wine and cheese. No wine, no cheese, no Italian, no Italy. You take wine and cheese out of Italy, what do you have? You have Russia. You have potatoes and cabbage. And vodka made from potatoes. Fermented potato. Verse 25. So now, by sound, ether is created. The quality of sound is described. Sound represents things unseen in the past, things in the present or the future. What does that mean? Purport, page 718. The quality of sound is that sound represents represents past, present, and future.
Yes, it's true.
What does that mean? Explain in your own language.
Like if I speak about something that happened yesterday, you can imagine what I'm saying.
You can express.
Express. Yes, you can express.
Yeah, that's right. That's pretty. It's obvious, but you're right. It's correct. We can say, in the future you'll see Krishna. So that's telling you what's going on in the future. Verse 26. From ether arose the subtle touch and element air. Air holds the quality of sound. Air is the cause of prana, which gives strength to senses, mind, and body. That's why when people go to the Himalayas, or they go to some mountaintop, they feel the air. I feel a lot of energy in the air. I feel the air is very energizing here. You know, when it's a hot, sultry day in June, and it's 50 degrees, you know, and your eyelids are dried out, your eyeballs are dried out, it's so hot and dry in Vrindavan. I remember I felt like my eyes were scratching with sandpaper on my eyes. It was so hot sometimes, summer. Go outside. Oh, God. You want to put rose water in it? Or cucumbers in your eyes, you know? So hot. So, when the air is crisp and clear, it gives you energy. You energize. That's why people like to jog in the morning or walk in the morning, because they get prana. They say there's a lot of prana in the air. But when it's hot and dry, they say there's no prana, because there's no prana. That's a fact. So air and prana are related. Air is the cause of prana. So the more pure the air is, more prana. So we got a air pranifier. Air purifier. Like I asked my friends in Delhi, they said it's really polluted, but we turn our air purifier on 1 hour before we take rest in our bedroom. Got all the windows open during the day, so the whole house is polluted. But you got fresh air, take all the germs out, and you know, it's healthy to do. But I said, what about night so polluted? No, we close our door and turn our air purifier for 1 hour, 2 hours. And then we go in that closed door with plastic, you know, airtight windows, and we breathe that good air all night. I said, that's an interesting way to live. Yeah, that's called survival. That's the state of the world now. You have to pay money to breathe. It costs money to breathe. It costs money for water. You can't drink water out of the ground. You can drink it for 5 years and die of arsenic poisoning. There's so much arsenic in the water from all chemicals from runoff of the fields. All the chemicals are arsenic based. Okay, so character of air is prana that supports the body. Ojas gives sharpness of the senses. Saj gives sharpness of mind, and Balam is health of the body. Prana is the cause of all these. So you have good prana moving through your body. You balance your pancha prana. You have sharp senses, mind, and healthy body. So, exercise. Jog, run. 1 hour a day. Get in shape. nor deep fried pakoras. (27) Under the influence of time, karma, and svabhav, by the transformation of air, fire came. Touch and sound also exist in fire. Water and earth also possess the subtle forms of the previous elements. So in earth you have, what do you find in earth?
All the elements.
Taste, smell.
Smell.
You find smell, you find fire, you find water. You ever heard of a volcano? That's in the earth. It's hot earth. Lava. Pompeii. Very Britain. Put you in the lava. Preserve you for a million years. Archaeologists will dig up Rizarika. The year 3050. She was chanting Java, and Mount Vesuvius erupted. She got covered with lava in 5 seconds. Her beads are frozen in the lava. Her back is arched because she's bent over all the time.
In spiritual world, like statue.
The transformation of fire, roast, taste, and water. Water contains form. What does that mean, water contains form?
Because
It can be frozen.
Water, whatever it is put into, it takes the form of wherever it is put.
Right. It's getting cold now.
Yes, yes.
His eyebrow cold. Pull down the eyebrow. You're a little bit warmer. Not down so low. They say the temperature is controlled by the temples, you know that? Yeah, temples control the temperature, but temples and wrist. You gotta keep your wrists warm and temples. If you have a headache or have a fever, you put oil, you put rose oil or something on your temples. Refresh there, it cools the body. So that's why. Okay, Jai Jai Shri Radhe. Okay, stretch. Okay. Okay. Radhe. Okay, water contains form as touch and sound and all the different stuff. There's sound in water, there's touch. Now, earth, the transformation of water arose smell and earth. Earth contains the subtle aspects of taste, touch, form, and sound of the previous elements. When's the last time you smelled Vrindavan?
Oh, every day.
How so?
Yesterday it rained, so it smelled
From the
nicely.
earth comes the smell.
That's not Vrindavan, that's the air. What about Brajabhumi? How do you smell Brajabhumi?
When you pay your obeisance,
When do you?
then about 5 and 5.
555.
On the ground.
Yes.
No, just the smell. Like smell.
On the ground or on your bed?
Underground.
These guys pay base in their bed.
No.
On the ground.
Sideways.
On the floor.
Like this.
What else?
When you go outside and pay obeisance to Tulsi Stamba,
Yeah.
or the first cow you see, then you smell the ground of Vrindavan. Mm. Mm.
I will try.
Yeah, I understand. Get off your feet, get off your mat. Go smell the ground. It is a nice commentary. What's that? What's that? Boom.
Bandar.
Thunder?
Bandar, bandar.
Thunder.
Bandar.
Prabhupada's commentary on this verse. The whole process of creation is an act of gradual evolution and development from one element to another, reaching up to the variedness of earth as many trees, plants, mountains, rivers, reptiles, birds, animals, variety, human beings. The quality of sense perception is also evolutionary, namely generated from sound and then touch, and from touch to form. Taste and odor are also generated along with gradual development of sky. In other words, everything comes from the energy and Shakti of Krishna or Vishnu. Okay, so let's see what else we have. And then he talks about in verse 30, from Ahankara and Sattva arose the mind and its deity, as well as the 10 presiding deities of the senses. So in our senses are all controlled by devatas. So, Vayu is the devata of skin. So fresh air and exercise are good for skin. Vayu means air god. Sun is for the eyes. So the best thing for the eyes, 15 minutes after sunrise, stare at the sun. It's called sun gazing. So stare at the sun after it rises, 15 minutes after it rises, not while it's rising, 15 or 20 minutes after it rises, stare at the sun until your eyes tear. It will be about 5 minutes. You can look at the sun and your eyes will start to water. It's not because you're in ecstasy. It's good for the eyes. It's very healthy for the retina and optic nerves. And then you spend 12 hours a day on cell phone, which destroys your eyes. So you're going to voluntarily destroy your eyes by surfing and looking at cell phone all day. Then at least you should spend 10 minutes looking at the sun to rejuvenate your eyes. That's my humble suggestion for all you surfers out there. Which is everybody. Everybody's locked in, screened in, locked into their screens. It will tell its effect in time. And then sun is for the eyes, Varuna is for the tongue. So Varuna is the sea god, the water god. Ashwini Kumars are for the nose. Agni's for the voice. I should do Agni Hotra every day. Om Agni Devaya Swaha. Om Agni Devaya Swaha. I think I gave that to Agnihotra for me. Indra's for the hands. Indra's always got his hands on somebody's wife. Indra's always stealing the wives of rishis. Because they're Brahmins, and Brahmins, men and Brahmin women are usually pretty good looking and beautiful and handsome. So Indra is a handsome guy also. He's a little uncontrolled. So he always steals the wives. But he's a yogi, so he disguises himself as a rishi. But his intimacies, he can't imitate the different intimacies of the different rishis. So when he grabs the wife of the rishi, he says, "Hey man, you're not doing it right. There's something funny about you, your moves." So he gets detected, then he gets cursed. Who cursed him?
One lady.
Who cursed him 1,000 not eyes?
Some lady, some Brahman's wife.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, that's a typical Hindu thing. Some rishi cursed him because he messed with his wife. And he begged the rishi for forgiveness, and he turned into eyes. He got 1,000 women's reproductive organs all over his body. His arms.
Indra.
Yeah, Indra. His eyes were his eyes, but arms and everything was covered with woman's reproductive organ. And he begged the rishi, "Hey, this is a little embarrassing." He said, "This is what you get, you're so uncontrolled. Can you change that?" It's okay, I'll turn them into eyes. So he had 1,000 eyes. Pretty awkward looking guy. He had eyes to the back of his head, like they say, you know. So, Agni's for the voice, Indra's for the hand, Upendra's for the feet, Mitra's for the anus, and Prajapati's for the male generative organ. So that's, Prajapati is a, Pati means Lord, Praja means living entities. Prajapati means he's a big father. Big father of Prajapati. Who are some of Prajapatis? What are their names?
Daksha,
Dr. Kashyap,
Kashyap,
Kashyap, Prajapati, Gautam. When you ask somebody what their gotra is, what they're naming their gotra, they're naming the original big daddy of their gotra. Original father of gotra. They say Kashyap gotra. Your father, trace all the way back to Kashyap Muni. That's pretty significant culture. You can trace back your father, your dynasty, your family line for millions of years. So that's why Indians have very good blood, if they have a gotra. Because the blood is continuous without mixing for millions of years. It has so many good qualities. It's quite a science. Traditional Indians following Varnashram system with goats, preserving gotras, marrying within gotras, are what you call pedigreed human beings. Just like you have pedigreed dogs, pedigreed horses. If you want a pedigreed horse, it costs 5 lakhs, or 10 lakhs, 20 lakhs, 50 lakhs for a pedigree. If you want a regular horse, it's 1 lakh. Pedigree means you can trace his bloodline back for so many generations of professional horse racing horses or whatever. So, but other countries of the world outside India, they all get mixed up by conquerors and invaders. Bloodlines get mixed up. You know, Russian and Vikings and Italians and Greek and Huns and this guy and that guy, and all gets mixed up. So people lose their essential good qualities of their dynasty. That's the side point, anyway. Now we're all mutts. motley mix. A little bit of Dalmatian, a little bit of Cocker Spaniel, a little bit of German Shepherd, a little bit of Russian Wolfhound, a little English Beagle, German Dachshund, those little hot dog dogs. Yeah. They're about this, inch off the ground now, they're long, like, people keep in their pocketbooks, So Dachshund or something. D-A-S, that little dog. Little dog with high pitch voice. It's called a yelper. Yelps. Whoa. Flash or green. Okay. So 32 through 33. I'll look at the BBT or translation. Okay. This is really technical stuff here. This is verse 32. Read the Sanskrit.
यदैते संगता भावा भूतेन्द्रियमनोगुणा यदायतन निर्माणे न शेकुर्ब्रह्मवित्तमा.
Okay, thank you. Here's the translation.
Oh, best of the
No, I'll read the translation. Excuse me. Oh, Nard, best of transcendentalists, Brahmavittama. The forms of Krishna cannot take place as long, the forms of the body cannot take place as long as the elements, senses, mind, emotion, nature are not assembled. You have to combine all these things. It's an interesting purport of Prabhupada. I really like the way he describes how he tackles this verse. You can see Vishnu's there. Karna Shristi means the cause of creation. Karan means cause. Has been described. Now the Karya Shristi is described. This is the cause and this is the effect. Karya means effect. What is the creation they make? So Prabhupada gives an interesting commentary on this verse. There are different types of bodily construction for living entities, like different types of cars, motor cars, manufactured by assembling the different parts in the factory. When the car is ready, driver sits in the car and moves the car according to his desires. According to Gita 1861, Ishvara
सर्वभूतानां प्रत्यय अर्जुन तिष्ठति भ्रामयन् सर्वभूतानि
Yantra Maya. Yantra, the body, the machine, yantra is made of Maya, external energy. Living entity is seated on the machine of the body. The car of the body is moving under the control of Maya, just as trains are moving under the control of the train driver. Living entities, however, are not bodies. They are separate from the cars of the body. But less intelligent material scientists cannot understand the process of assembling the parts of the body. Every living entity is a spiritual spark, part and parcel of Krishna. By the kindness of Krishna, as the Father is kind to his sons, individual jivas are given a little freedom to act according to their will, to lord over material nature. As a father gives some toys to his crying child to satisfy him, material creation is made possible by Krishna's will to allow bewildered living entities to lord it over. Living entities are exactly like small children playing in the material field under control of Maya, material nature. They accept Maya as all in all. And thus they wrongly conceive the supreme truth to be feminine, Durga. But it's true. The material nature is female. I love it. The foolish, childlike materialists cannot reach beyond the conception of material nature, but the intelligent grown-up sons of Krishna know well that the acts of Maya are controlled by Krishna, just as a maidservant is under control of the master. The parts of the body, such as senses, are creation of Mahatattva, and they are assembled by the will of Krishna. The material body comes into existence, and the living entity is allowed to use it for action. Okay, very good. Good night. Let's see what else we got. This is very well. It's really sensational hearing about. It's like amazing. This huge Mahavishnu lies. It's like really trying to visualize this. It's really psychedelic. It's so inconceivable. They just say, okay, Hare Krishna, you know. I believe it, you know. It's so fantastic, Gloria, you know. In other words, we say, like someone hears, some scientist hears, and they're, oh, what's this fairy tale? We say, what is your idea? And their idea sounds even bigger fairy tale. There's ammonia, and a lightning bolt hit the ammonia and created 2-cell organism. You know, like Big Bang Theory. You know, they have so many theories of creation. So you can believe yours, we can believe ours. It's a matter of individual belief. You can't prove yours, and it's a little hard to prove ours also. I mean, listen to this. Krishna expands himself with different energies, as well as by his plenary portions. In a corner of the spiritual sky, a spiritual cloud appears. And the covered portion is called Mahatattva. Then the Lord as Mahavishnu lies in the water of the Mahatattva. That water is called Karna Samudra, the ocean of cause. Ocean of cause. Okay? While Vishnu sleeps in the causal ocean, innumerable universes are generated along with his breathing. When he exhales, universes go out of his mouth. Wow. I didn't take any mushrooms. I didn't take any cactus. I didn't take any seeds or any leaves or any capsules or any pills. But I'm tripping. I'm really tripping out now. While Vishnu sleeps, these universes are floating and scattered all over the cosmic ocean. Like you make bubble bath in your tub, you know? There's water in your tub, you put bubble bath and all little bubbles form. They're sitting on top of the water. The universes. The whole universe is in there. Inside that bubble is so many planets, and inside the planets so many things. Amazing. And they stay floating only during the period of breathing period of Mahavishnu. So he exhales, all the universe come out, float along, inhales, whoop, they go. It's like blowing bubbles and inhaling the bubbles. Wow. And every one of those little bubbles, Mahavishnu expands himself, becomes food. Garbhadakshay Vishnu. Lies there on Sheshanag. And from his navel comes the baby,
Brahma.
Brahma. So from the woman's navel comes a baby, right? The baby's navel is connected to the woman. Not the woman's navel. I know that was the baby's navel is connected to the woman. So it's like the baby is like Brahma and the woman's like Vishnu. Same thing going on. Microcosm and macrocosm. Small and big. How the universe is created is how a baby is created. Same thing. The mother is nature, the energy, the lotus. The lotus is energy of Vishnu. And inside the lotus are 14 planetary systems. I mean, it's really a complicated thing, you know, it's all described. Okay, look at verse 35. I'll read the translation here. 35 says, Mahavishnu lies on the cosmic ocean and comes out of it, divides himself as Hiranyagarbha. Hiranyagarbha is another name for Garbhadakshay. And he enters into each universe and assumes a universal form, 1,000 of arms and legs, etc. Mahavishnu enters into each universe as Garbhadakshay Vishnu, who is also called Hiranyagarbha, means golden womb. Hiranyagarbha, super soul, enters into each universe and causes it to be animated by begetting living entities within the womb of material nature, as confirmed in Bhagavad Gita 14.3. At reach annihilation of material creation, living entities are merged within the body of Vishnu, and after creation they are again put into material nature. So it's manifest and unmanifest. When the living entities are manifested again, they revive their natural activities under the spell of time and energy. Lord is Bhagavan Vishnu is ultimately the cause of all animation within the material world. So it's called Shristi Leela. We're all in Leela. But we want to get out of this thing. We want to get to Braj Leela. That's the idea. Okay, let's go on here. It talks about all different planets born from different parts. There's different universal forms represented by different planets. And that's how the chapter ends. Chapter 6 is about the Ratharupa, the universal form. Chapter 6 describes how the universal form created speech and other things. You can see page 729. And the purport there, and the footnote on the bottom. You read that footnote.
There is a distinction between the sense organ which is subtle and the place of the sense organ, or the gross manifestation of the organ made of the gross elements.
So what does that mean?
Means Sukshma Sarira and Sthula Sarira.
No.
There is a difference between the ear and internally what perceives the sound.
That's more correct. There's the eyeball. The external sense organ is the eyeball. There's the retina, the cornea, and the pupil, and the sclera, the white part of the eye, eyelids, eyelashes. That's all eye organ. But there's a sense of the seeing, the sense of seeing, the ability to see, the power of seeing. That's the subtle internal aspect, which is the mind is seeing. This eyeball is just processing light images. And they're going where? They're going to the mind. And the mind is seeing. If this doesn't work, the mind can't see. And this guy's praying Drishti. Bilamangala Thakur was seeing Krishna without eyes. And like the story we heard, Chandra Sarovar of Suradas. What's that story?
That he every day was singing a song based on the color of the cloth of that Thakurji was wearing.
Nachi.
Nachi, yes.
Gopal Nachi.
But people started to say, oh, he knows that on Monday there is white, on Tuesday there is another color, and so he's not by heart. So it's normal that he is not seeing in reality. When one day, so the Pujari decided to dress them like only with flowers. Like malas and flowers. And so...
Present flowers. That's because you're adding your poetic license.
Well, in reality, we're without dress.
You're adding your poetic license to the story. You had no service today. Every other day had service. Today you had a day off. You want to go down frequency, so you couldn't make garlands.
No dress.
So Nachi was Nagnaji. Gopal Nagnaji.
And he
He was naked Gopal. Nachi didn't have any clothes, so Pujari dressed him and didn't dress him to fake out the full Surdas.
And Surdas wrote a poem that was speaking that Natji was without clothes.
Yeah.
He was laughing.
Huh?
He was laughing when they asked.
Yeah, he was laughing. He said, Nachi is playing joke on me. So everyone's convinced that Surdas, although he was blind externally, his eyes of praying were wide open. With the eyes of praying, he could see and understand what Nachi was wearing or not wearing on any particular day. So, read on.
This distinction is applied to Krishna, and his organs as well. From his sense organ, if it is a knowledge sense, arises the gross element and the sense object. From the place of the organ or the form of the organ arises the sense devata and the sense organ of the universal form and the individual living entities. All factors are not always listed in the following verses but should be understood.
Because the following verses in the Bhagavatam, chapter 6, Canto 2, talk about these different things. You can see verse 3, chapter. From Krishna's eyes, universal form, arose form and fire. The sun deity appeared from his eyeballs. For his sense of hearing, the direction devatas and sense organ of hearing, etc., etc. It's all about creation. So the trees on the earth represent the hair of the universal form. The universal form must be going bald. Because we're cutting so many trees. The hair and beard of the Ratru is clouds. And nails arose from minerals and metals, lightning. When you have weak fingernails or toenails, they tell you have to eat more minerals, more magnesium and silicon and all these kind of things. Selenium and different minerals are good for fingernails. So it's very interesting, all this stuff. You all study it minutely over last week, I'm sure. Page 734. From the universal form's belly arose oceans. That's why they say bathing in the ocean is good for digestion. I know. I lived on Ocean Road, 1105 Ocean Road, 7. And I go to the ocean all the time, and I ate a lot. I burn it up also. From a valley rose ocean, the juice and foods, pradhan, and destruction of entities. From a heart arose mind of man. Rasa means the juice and food. In Ayurveda they say if rasa means juice, means water, means taste. So when you have a dry mouth, that's why they say you should drink some water before you eat. Not while you eat, or hour after you eat a meal, you can drink water. Unless it's very dry food, you can take a little bit of water with just wet your tongue, because the tongue needs water to produce rasa. If rasa isn't produced, the tongue can't taste. So if you can't taste your food, then the tasting of the food ignites the power of digestion and the secretion of digestive enzymes in your stomach. So there's a great interplay between moisture in the mouth and digestion of food in the belly. So if you just eat dry rotis on Malachi all the time, you should dunk them in hot water or dunk them in buttermilk. That's why I usually bake buttermilk and rotis. There's so many Babajis, Siddha Babas that do Malachi got constipation and went blind because of malfunction of vata in the stomach. It's a fact. So watch out. Malachi Baba. So that's interesting. Now listen to this on page 735. The Antakaran of the universal form. What's Antakaran?
Internal cause. No, Antakaran is
It's true, that's what the words mean when you put them together.
by consciousness. Antakaran means.
Antakaran means the subtle sense of Sukshma Sharira. It means the mind and intelligence and ego combined together to form what they call Antakaran. That's what Jiva Goswami says in Bhakti Sandarbha. Lila Swaran is impossible to do unless the Antakaran is Shud. Shud Antakaran purified. So we purify the Antakaran by japa and by Seya, Hari Guru and Vaishnava. All bhakti is purifying the Antakaran. The Antakaran is the shelter of Dharma, of Krishna, of Brahma, of Narada Muni, the Kumaras, Shiva, intelligence, and Chitta. Okay, so it goes on, tells all different things. Page 736. As they're showing the Supreme Lord is the cause of the material world, Brahma just tells Narada that Vishnu is beyond the material world and limits the material world. The world is covered by Bhagavan. He exists greater than the world. Verse 17, just as prana energizes the body inside and spreads its influence outside, Vishnu energizes the universe inside as well as outside. Let's see what we have here. Wild day on. Should we go swimming today? Should we go to the beach today? It's really cold, though. It was dry cold for a while, now it's a little wet cold. Wet cold is unbearable, intolerable. Watch us to Conte. Tolerate, Jack. So this verse 18 is good news. Krishna is the Lord of bliss, the enjoyer and giver of enjoyment. So you want to enjoy? Serve Krishna. He'll give you enjoyment. What do you think? Agreed. Confirmed. So this verse 18 describes the nature of the material and spiritual world. It's amazing how Prabhupada translates. It says, Brahma speaking to Narada Muni, who's also a Brahmin. He says, "Oh Narad, Vishnu is the devata of spiritual bliss, beyond material existence. And he surpasses material happiness. The power of Ishvara is unlimited." It's amazing what a different translation Prabhupada has. Tractor. That's right. Heavy sound. Oh. Diesel engine. Sounds like some rakshas. Wow. Crazy sound. Prabhupada, this verse and purport indicates the nature of the spiritual material world. You won't really get it so much from this translation. Here's Prabhupada's translation of chapter 6, second canto, verse 18. Supreme Personality of Godhead is the controller of immortality and fearlessness. Because you see in the verse, the words Amrita, look at the first line of verse 18. Amrita is there and Abhaya is there. You see it? And Isha is there. You see it? Are you even looking? You're sleeping.
Abhaya.
Somritas, it means Amrit. Abai, see Abai, see long Abai means fearless. Yesha means Isha. Isha means controller. So he's the controller of fearlessness and nectar. Disha. Martya means death. Right, Martya. See, Martya Manam. Anam means fruit, means karma, fruit of action. Atyagat. Atyagat means transcendental, transcending. Mahima means glorious. Purusha means the Param Purush, Krishna. Duratya, what does that mean?
Difficult to cross.
Yeah, it means difficult to cross, means immeasurable, insurmountable, unlimited. All these things. Bhanu translates as unlimited. Prabhupada translates immeasurable. Duratya. Mami whatever. Davi
Mama Maya Duratyaya.
Yeah. Davi 7 chapter Gita, verse 14.
Devyesha Gunamayi Mama Maya Duratyaya.
My Maya is very Duratya, it's very difficult to get out of, very difficult to cross over. Immeasurable. Difficult. So this verse talks about the material world and spiritual world. When we say Shripad Vibhuti, what does that mean? We say the material world is Ekpad Vibhuti, and the spiritual world is Shripad Vibhuti.
Material world is quality has misery. That's my Ekpad. That is
Yes.
Sachidananda.
Sachidananda.
Yeah. Vibhuti means opulence, means trade, means opulence, means thing, means quality. Pod means steps or category, and Shri means three. Ekpad means one step, one power, one quality. The one quality of the material world is mrityum, death. And amrityu means what? No death. So there's no death means nectar. So the spiritual world, there's three pod means three qualities of the spiritual world. It's death, it's immortal. Immortality, the spiritual world. It's full of nectar, bliss, and I forget the third one.
Knowledge.
No. Three qualities.
Awareness.
There's no death, there's no fear, there's bliss.
Bliss. Yeah. Abhaya is there. In this verse it is there Abhaya.
I mean, fearless. No fear. No fear is nectar, bliss, and no death. And the material world is only one thing, is death. So Prabhupada describes the glories of Vishnu is 75% of Lord's internal energy. So it's a little confusing. I try to explain. Planets in the spiritual sky are 75% of the internal potency. But Jiva Goswami explains, in other words, Jiva got the misconception that the spiritual world is three quarters of creation, material world is 1/4 of creation. That the spiritual world is 3 times bigger. This is wrong. The spiritual world has unlimited planets expanding every moment. The material world has unlimited planets expanding every moment. That all Krishna energies are Ananta Shakti, material and spiritual. What the quality differences is in quality, not in size. It's not in size. The spiritual world is bigger, 75% creation. This is the wrong conception. Jiva Goswami clarifies this in the Sandarbha. So I wanted to point that out. It says all the planets, in its purport says, all the planets in the spiritual sky are at least three times the number of those in the material sky. This is not the statement of Jiva Goswami. There are uncountable planets in the spiritual sky, uncountable planets in the material world. A million. Just for the record. But our supreme authorities are whom?
The 6 Goswamis.
Goswami. Get rid of little flag. Wave. Goswami. Wow. Jai Radhe Shyam. He talks about in the purport of text 18. Sripad Vibhuti. It's totally different than what Jiva was saying. The eternal land of spiritual sky is full of transcendental enjoyment and full of beauty and bliss. That's a good thing. Good combination. B and B. Beauty and bliss. It's Amrit. The 1816 of the Gita, what is that one? Abrahama Bhuvana.
860. आ ब्रह्म भुवन आलोक का पुनरावर्तिन अर्जुना माम
Okay,
वेद्यते
you got
कौन्तेय
it.
पुनर्जन्म न विद्यते.
Punaravidya Navidyate. Again, you do not take birth in the material world. Because it's immortality place, you never return to the mortal land of threefold miseries. Did you know you're living in a mortal land of threefold miseries, which are
Adi Bhautika, Adi Devika.
Adhyatmika Klesha, Adibhautika Klesha, Adidevika Klesha. You feel that Klesha? Yeah.
Yes, Gurudev.
Okay. In the material world, there's always anxiety and fearfulness in the hearts of all living entities. There's always time which changes things from one stage to another. What are the 6 changes of time?
6 change of time.
Yeah.
Birth,
Yeah? That's what?
The birth, growing,
To
stabilization,
what?
means
Stabilization. Maintenance.
Maintenance.
maintenance, yes. Maintenance and making byproducts.
Making bambinos.
Getting old and die.
Bye-bye. Yeah. Manifestation, birth, growth, producing something, maintaining your seeing, then
Dwindling.
losing control of the grip, losing grip, dwindling, start seeing straight and start getting bent over, bent over. Back straight, chest out, like hip high, eyeball. Down you go. Finish, katamogi. This body anyway. No problem. Okay. But the changing effects of eternal time are conspicuously absent in the immortal kingdom of God. There's always fear and doubts as to the duration of the material world. Okay, sounds bad. Okay, so what do you know?
Difficult to cross.
Difficult.
Duratya.
Difficult to cross the material energy. Okay, what verse is that?
18.
18. This is exciting, isn't it? I'm on the edge of my seat. It's like a thrilling adventure story. Listen, look at this purport in verse 19. In the spiritual sky, there's no death, no sickness, and no fear arising from offenses to the Lord among the persons there. Or offending, so no one's going to offend Krishna or offend you when you get to the spiritual sky. There's no fear of time. That's a very interesting idea. It says in absence of fear of committing offenses. So some places, what is that? Sarvutani Sthita Paravadu Amritam Shemam Abhayam Shrimurdna Murdasu. Some word means offenses there. Let's look this up and see what's going on here. What means offenses? Gutani Pumsa Sita Para Vidu Amritam Shemam, all happiness, Abhayam, 3 higher planetary systems. I don't know how they got offenses. It's not in the Sanskrit, but somehow Vishnu puts it in, gives that idea.
Abhayam, like no fear of.
Yeah, no fear. Abhayam, where's offenses? Fear of it. So in other words, sometimes I read in previous books I read from some spiritual mission that living entities can get envious of Krishna. Are you right?
Yes.
Envy is a product of the modes of nature. It's a mode of tamagun, mode of tamagun. But in the spiritual world, there's no modes of nature. Modes of nature produce sattvic qualities, sattvic activities, passion activities, ignorant activities. So the quality of envy is a product of modes of ignorance. So one has no control over his mind due to the envious nature. So one can become envious of Krishna and get kicked out of the spiritual world because of envy. But it's nowhere is told in any books by the six Goswamis. Or even Gita itself, Gita and Puranas and the Upanishads say when you go to the spiritual world, you don't come back. That's why it's called spiritual world. Spiritual world is everything opposite of material world. Material world is a place of death and mortality. So that's the material world's place of death and rebirth, samsara, and mortality. But the spiritual world, by very nature being spiritual, means it's eternal. There's no more, it's immortality. So when you go to the spiritual world, you live there forever. No chance of coming back here. So that we should be very clear of. Although there's been some misrepresentation of these transcendental truths in some places. Let's see what else is there. Chapter 6. Look at page 747, verse 33. Brahma says, "Oh, Narad, I answered your question. You should not think that there's anything either as effect or cause other than Krishna Vishnu." So that's the ultimate thing. Then turn to the next page. "Oh, Narad, my words are never false," because he lives in Satyaloka. Satyaloka is a planet of truth. "The working of the mind is never false. My senses don't go on the wrong path. This is because I hold Krishna in my heart, filled with great enthusiasm and zeal." And then that's it. However, my respects to Krishna. And you can't really know the extent of Krishna because of his Yoga Maya. The example is given: space does not know its own end. Not being able to see a sky flower does not destroy omniscience. So you can know everything, but you may not have ever seen a sky flower, a flower in the sky that doesn't exist. Look at verse 42. Mahavishnu is an expansion of Lord Narayan. Mahavishnu is time, svabhav, effect and cause, matava, 5 gross elements, false ego, 3 gunas, senses, universal form, totality of jivas. The individual jiva is not moving. All these are related to Vishnu. So Vishnu is inside of us, he's outside of us. We're inside of him, we're outside of him. Om Tat Sat. Everything Vishnu. So next week, did I ask you to read chapter 7? I don't know. I don't know. I think I said 5 or 6. Did I ask you last week to read chapter 7. Are you in chapter 1 yet? I don't think you guys read too much. Did I ask you?
Last week I was not there in class.
That's a good way to go.
5, 6, and maybe 7. You told.
Previous week you asked 4 and 5. So this time 6 and 7.
4 or 5. Okay. Jai Jai Shri Radhe. Now listen again. Next Saturday, there's going to be a quiz on chapter 7 and 8. Anybody doesn't pass the exam has to do general curriculum go on. That's a good punishment. To read chapters 7 and 8. Seven, 8, 9, 10. We have 4 more chapters of second canto. Srimad Bhagavatam ki
Jai.
Jai Jai
Jai
Shri Radhe. Purificated